My name is Zach, I'm 17, and this month I made over $21,000 from my AI business. In fact, a lot of my work has actually been automated using OpenClaw, but yesterday I found a brand new tool called Paperclip, which may have just killed my OpenClaw. In fact, I've already started building out full Paperclip automations for different agents like video editing agents, thumbnail design agents, a CEO agent to help me run my business, and even a developer agent to help me build my software that are way more powerful than the OpenClaw agent I've built. So today I'll show you the brand new setup I've been building using Paperclip to help me run my over $175,000 per year AI software business. And I'll show you exactly how you can set up Paperclip as well to run fully autonomous AI agent businesses from your computer. So anyways, let's get right into it. All right, now just to show you guys, this is all legit. So far this month, I've made over $21,000 from my AI business. I've also scaled my AI SaaS business to over $16,000 in monthly recurring revenue, and we're approaching $200,000 in annual recurring revenue. We're so close, just at around $195,000 right now. So to give you guys some context, a couple of days ago, I made a video about my AI CEO OpenClaw agent, Adonis, that I have here on Discord. In fact, my OpenClaw agent actually runs on this Mac Mini right behind me. And in the last video, I showed you guys all the different superpowers my AI agent has. Like, it can create full thumbnails for my YouTube videos that actually look like me. It also helps me come up with new video ideas, and it can even analyze my YouTube competitors. It also helps me streamline other parts of my business, like my software business, KDP business, my other YouTube channel, and it even helps me track my workouts. But it's not as powerful as Paperclip, because the way Discord is structured and the way my OpenClaw is structured is completely different to how Paperclip is structured. So right here, the OpenClaw agent I have actually runs on the Gemini API because it's a little bit cheaper than Claude, I've found, and it's still pretty powerful. The key difference between Paperclip and my OpenClaw agent is that OpenClaw is more designed to have as like a personal assistant, kind of like as one person that you can trust to help you run your business and automate tasks for you. But Paperclip is completely different. Paperclip is like running fully autonomous AI businesses with AI agents, where you can hire AI agents as employees, have CEO agents, and you run it more like a business. With OpenClaw, it's much more like a personal assistant. So I just started playing around with Paperclip yesterday, and so far I am amazed. I literally think that this is going to take over my OpenClaw's position. And if we look here, so far I have several AI agents working in this organization in my Paperclip. I have a CEO agent. I have 2 different thumbnail designer agents. I have a YouTube transcript agent. I also have a CTO, a Chief Technology Officer, which actually develops things for me, and it's running on Claude code. And I also have 2 video editors. I have one remote video editor and a tele video editor for my YouTube videos. And I'm actually mind blown with how powerful these agents are. And I literally started building this yesterday. And by the way, I'm going to be adding probably dozens more agents to this. So far, I only have what, like 6, 7 agents set up so far. I'm probably going to be expanding my team to like a dozen, 2 dozen agents pretty soon. So it's going to be crazy. But anyways, let me just show you around my business. So each of our agents has a different agents tab. So we have the CEO agent here. We have the Chief Technology Officer agent, this YouTube transcript agent, thumbnail designers, and even some video editors. Now, the way Paperclip works is it's a little bit different to OpenClaw. In OpenClaw, you just kind of text your agent and it does stuff for you. Here, what you usually do is you message the CEO agent, and then the CEO delegates tasks for you. Or it can actually hire new agents to do tasks for you. Now, the way you create tasks is by creating a new issue. Let's say, for example, I want to create an agent to write me daily posts for my Skool community, the 10K MRR Blueprint. Please create a new agent specifically designed to research the latest news in AI and write me a daily post I can post in my Skool community, the 10K MRR Blueprint. And then I'm going to give this to an assignee. So I'm going to assign this to my CEO, who's going to actually hire a new agent for me to specifically do this job every morning. And I can also specify other things too. I can say, please have this agent send me a new post every day at 8 a.m. Cool. So I'll just say create issue. And then we're going to see that in the dashboard, we're going to see that the CEO is going to start getting to work. So he's actively working right now. In fact, for some context, all of these agents run on Claude code. But anyways, the CEO agent is going to start working, and it's actually going to go hire a new agent for me. So the way this kind of works is you have your whole business, you have your CEO, you have your employees working, and you kind of act as the board. So instead of you being just the user who talks to your OpenClaw, you're like the board, you're like the company owner, and you talk to your various employees. So whilst my CEO works, I kind of want to show you guys like a full tour here. So one amazing thing about Paperclip is it'll actually track your spend. So if you're using outside APIs like the Gemini API, Claude API, like OpenAI API, whatever you're using, right? It'll actually track your API spend. And as you can see right here, it says that my spend is currently 0. And the reason for that is I'm actually using the Claude Max 20 plan. So I'm basically paying $200 a month for my Claude usage as like a subscription instead of paying for API credits. And that actually saves me a lot of money. So right now I'm not running any external APIs and it's just going to track it here for me. We can also see all the recent activity and the recent tasks my various agents have been working on and some, stats for that. But anyways, one of the most important things here is the inbox. So if I go here to my inbox, it's kind of like an email of like all the different tasks my AI agents have been working on. So if I just click here on the unread, I can see what messages my AI agent sent me overnight. And once my CEO has finished hiring that new employee, it'll send me an approve or reject thing. So here my CEO has asked me to hire an agent, a Skool content writer, and I'm going to click approve. Cool. And I just approved it. So now we have over here a Skool content writer as a new employee, which is super cool. If we go back to the inbox, we can see that it commented on this job right here. And the way you can kind of communicate with your agents and their specific tasks is by leaving comments here. So as we can see right now, my CEO is working on hiring this guy. And if you give jobs to your various agents, they can even pass jobs onto other agents. So for example, if I made a new issue, please create me a new website for my personal brand, and I assigned this to the CEO, he'll actually likely send this over to the chief technology officer for it to code it for me. So I'll just click create issue. And then if we go back to the dashboard, we'll see that the CEO has started to work, and it'll likely pass this on to my CTO for it to work on it. And just like that, as you can see, my CEO has triggered the CTO, which is my developer, and he's going to start working on this new website for me, which is crazy. Now, again, all of these agents are powered by Claude Code, which is why they're so intelligent, and that's how they can actually get tasks done for us. So if I check my inbox again, boom, looks like the CEO just got back to me, and let's see what he said. Personal brand website, got it. A few questions to make sure we build the right thing, blah, blah, blah. Domain, he's asking me questions, and he's asking me questions about what I want. That way I can reply to him with exactly the style I want and stuff, and then he'll delegate the build to this chief technology officer after I've answered his question. Now, I actually don't really need a new website right now, so I'm just going to kind of leave this, but there's one really cool feature that I want to show you guys, and that is my video editor. Now, I actually currently work with a video editor. I love my video editor. He's not going to get replaced by AI right now at all, but this is a really cool automation. Let me show you guys a video that it recently edited for me. All right, so take a look at this. It's very basic. It's not that great yet, but with some reprompting and some improvements to the video editing agent, this could really be amazing. Take a look at this. I asked my agent to re-edit one of my intros that I recently made. I just uploaded the raw file, and it actually did a pretty good job. So I'll turn off the volume. But anyways, look at that. That's pretty good. It made it like kind of cinematic. It cut out the pauses. I haven't hired a single developer. And just to show you guys, this is all completely legit. This right here is, it added like these cool little effects here. So it actually did a really great job. For an AI video editor, I'm very, very impressed. Obviously, at the moment, I don't think it's quite good enough for me to, fire my editor and do all this crazy stuff. But this just goes to show where the industry is headed. But anyways, there's so many cool things you can do with this. And it really can automate a full autonomous AI business. And the amazing thing about Paperclip is you can actually run multiple businesses in here. So kind of similar to how in Discord, you can have multiple different Discord servers. So for example, I have my full server in here dedicated to my AI agent, and you can have other servers in here as well. In Paperclip, you can actually add new companies. So you can build an entire new company from scratch if you want. So for example, I could say I want to build a e-com business. I could just set the mission and goal, make 100K a month from ecom. Then I can click next. I can choose the AI agent I want it to be powered by. I always just do Claude Code. Then I can test it, and I can actually set up the business, which I'm going to show you guys how to do in this video. Now, the use case I'm going to be using Paperclip for is to help me run my six-figure AI SaaS business. And if you guys want to learn how to build and scale AI SaaS businesses just like I have, go ahead and check out my Skool community, the 10K MRR Blueprint. Currently, as of recording, it is in pre-launch. So if you join now, it is free to join. However, after April 3rd, when I drop the full SaaS course, I am going to make it a paid group. So if you're watching this before April 3rd, go ahead and join my Skool community. And also in the classroom section, I am going to put in this resource where I show you guys how to set up Paperclip, which I'm going to show you guys how to do right now. So anyways, without further ado, let me show you how to set up Paperclip. All right, so here I am. I'm at the second computer. I'm actually going to be installing this on my Mac Mini to show you guys just how easy it is to install Paperclip. If you're installing this on a Microsoft device, it's basically the same. same setup process. It's actually quite easy. But for now, I'll be showing you how to install this on a brand new Mac. All right, now to help you guys out and help you set up Paperclip in your own business, I've actually added a full module to the 10K MRR Blueprint Skool about setting up Paperclip. You don't actually have to be in the Skool to access this information. It is available on the internet, but I'm just having this as a little bonus to give away to the people who are supporting me from inside the Skool community. But anyways, I'm just going to open up this little module right here with all the instructions on how to set up Paperclip. Now, the first two things you're going to have to make sure you have installed before you can even start installing Paperclip is you have to make sure you have Node.js installed, and you have to make sure you have Claude Code already installed on your machine. If you're watching this, you probably have both of these already installed. If you do not, you can just follow the basic instructions here. It's really easy to install these two things. You just run a few commands to install Node.js and run a few commands to install Claude Code. But anyways, the first step in actually installing Paperclip after you have Claude Code fully installed is installing pnpm. So to do this, I'm just going to open up my terminal here, and I'm going to copy this command, and I'm going to paste this into my terminal. Then after that, I'm going to just copy this as well to verify that it's installed, and boom, I verified pnpm is installed correctly. After that, it'll be time to actually install Paperclip. Now, it's also really easy to install this. All you have to do is copy this command. In fact, you can find this on their website as well. I'll just copy this here to install Paperclip, run that in my terminal, click enter, then I'll press enter again for yes to confirm this, and it'll start to install Paperclip for me. If you guys get any errors at all when you're installing it, I also have this little troubleshooting guide here on how you can actually clone it from a GitHub repo, but it should work the first way. And just like that, I have installed Paperclip onto my computer. Perfectly, everything is working well. And the way Paperclip works is it actually runs on your machine locally. So you'll actually have a local host address that you'll be able to open in a browser on your computer in like a search engine, and that'll actually open up this window where you can access your Paperclip organization. Now, once you successfully install Paperclip, it'll ask you to onboard, which is what we're going to do right now. We're actually going to set up our first Paperclip business. That's actually pretty easy to do. All right, so for my first company, I'm going to set up an AI development agency that helps develop apps and softwares for clients. So I'm just going to call this agency the 10K agency. And then for the mission and goal, this is where we're basically going to give the AI agents context about what our business is about and the goals we're trying to achieve with our business. So for the mission and goal, I'll just go ahead and type in the 10K agency is a software development agency powered by AI agents to develop custom SaaS businesses for clients. It is owned and run by Zachary Donovan, an AI YouTuber who attracts clients to this agency via his personal brand and network. Then I'll just click next. Then I'm going to choose which AI agent is actually going to power this. Now, the first agent we're going to create is going to be the CEO agent, who's actually going to help us set up everything for our Paperclip business. I personally recommend Claude Code since that's what I use most often. If you have Codex already installed, you can run it on Codex, but I think that Claude Code is really one of the smartest tools out there right now. So I'm going to go with Claude Code. And after you have already installed Claude Code on this computer, you're going to click this little test now button. And this is basically going to ping your Claude Code agent, and it's going to check if Claude Code is successfully installed. And as we can see, it passed the check. So now I'll just click next, and boom, we're going to send this task over to our CEO. I'll click next, and we're ready to launch our first autonomous AI company. So I'll click create, and boom, as we can see, we're here inside this dashboard. It looks very similar to the dashboard I showed you guys earlier in the video. And if we click on our dashboard, we can see that our CEO agent is currently live and running, and he's actually going to help us set up the business. So if we click on our CEO agent here and we click on his live run, we can actually see him thinking, and he's actually going to start setting up the business for us. And it literally took me like, 3 minutes to actually set up this entire business. So now that you know exactly how to set up this business, I want to show you guys a few cool use cases on how you can actually set this up for your business and actually run fully autonomous AI businesses from your computer. Now, one of the craziest use cases for Paperclip is you can actually copy and paste AI businesses directly into your Paperclip. So you can take pre-made AI agent businesses other people have created and import them into your Paperclip, which is just crazy. So to do this, all you have to do is go to github.com and find this Paperclip AI companies page. And on here, we have a whole bunch of companies we can actually just import into our Paperclip that are pre-done. So you don't have to find all the skills yourself. You don't have to build all the agents yourself. You can just take somebody else's agents and move them into your Paperclip. And there's a whole bunch of businesses here that we can choose from. And each of these is a different company with different agents and different skills. So for example, here we have a Superpowers Dev Shop business, and it's a software development company powered by the Superpowers workflow. So basically, it's a team of agents that are pre-prompted to help us build this business. Here we have another one, agency agents. You could literally build an entire AI agency from a single prompt using Paperclip. In fact, I think I'm going to set up this one right now. Now to set this up, all you have to do is copy this little command right here. Then you have to open up a new tab in your terminal and paste that in like so. Then once it says okay to proceed, you just press enter again, and it'll actually add this company to your Paperclip. Now, of course, when you're installing something from GitHub or installing skills to your computer, you got to make sure that you're installing them from the right place. So always make sure to do your research before installing things, because you want to avoid things like prompt injection or security issues. When it asks me which service do I want to import my company, I'll just select the Paperclip I have on here, and then I'll just say auto as well. I'll also create a new company for this, and it'll install it all for me. And just like that, I've installed my agents business here in my Paperclip. And as you can see, all of the agents are pre-set up for me. I have all these different agents here with a ton of different specializations. There are literally 167 agents pre-installed for me, so I didn't have to create any of these. And they're in all kinds of weird niches too. There's API testing agents. There's obviously the basic ones like CEO, Chief Marketing Officer, Chief of Staff, Creative Director, basic ones like that. But there's also other ones like China e-commerce operator, Instagram curator, Reddit community builder. So there's a lot of interesting bots here. But that just really shows how powerful this tool is. I literally have a full AI agency I could start running in literally one prompt. So anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I really had a lot of fun playing around with Paperclip, and I actually think that with Paperclip, I'm gonna start automating a lot of the boring, repetitive tasks in my business. And it'll definitely help me automate and scale a lot of aspects of my AI software business as I scale towards my goal of 7 figures in annual recurring revenue. But anyways, guys, always make sure to stay safe when you're downloading things like Claude skills or Paperclip businesses. You gotta make sure you watch out for where you're downloading these things from. And if you guys want to access all the resources in the 10K MRR Blueprint Skool community, go ahead and check it out. I'll leave it as the top link in the description. Right now, it is still free to join until April 3rd, because on April 3rd, I'll be releasing the full course to the 10K MRR Blueprint, where I go over exactly how to build an AI SaaS business, scale it, and get your first paying users. But anyways, guys, as always, stay excellent.